Okay, you guys, today we are going to cover solving multi-step equations. So ultimately, we are just looking at adding one more step to our equation. Nothing too complicated, nothing so far out there. Remember, I keep telling you, we're just going to take it by baby steps, one little step at a time. So multi-step equations, the first day of this. All right, so as we go along, right now, you should have your notes packet out. Okay, and your notes packet, I believe, hang on a second, is going to be on page 7. Okay, it looks like this. Holding it up to the screen so you can see it. Okay, it says multi-step equations day 1. Your job as you listen to this video is to fill out your notes, pause it when you need to write something down, and go through everything so that you have your notes completely filled out, okay? So solving multi-step equations. Step 1 today is to combine like terms. Remember, circling or boxing our terms. So this whole step 1 is if you see things like 7x plus 5x, you need to be able to simplify that. And 7x plus 5x, 7 plus 5 is 12, so that's 12x. Okay, if you had 3x plus 8 minus 3, we need to be able to simplify that. Remember, we have 3x plus 8 minus 3. They are different, so we end up with 3x plus 5. Simplifying the expressions first. And then from there, step 2 is to solve the remaining 1 or 2 step equations. Remember, circle the part with the variable, circle the variable and its best friend, and then undo the other operations. So the next slide, we are just going to look at a few examples, okay? So on this one, no matter what, we are still going to start by drawing a line, okay? The first step is to combine like terms, okay? So when I look at the left side of this equation, there's nothing to combine. That is just 21. On the right side, I notice that I can put negative 5n and a negative 2n together. So that's negative 7n. Okay, so I've combined my like terms. Step 2 is to solve. Sometimes it's going to be a one-step equation. Sometimes it will be 2 steps. In this case, it's just 1 step. To get the letter by itself here, I need to be able to divide by negative 7. These cancel out. I have n equals negative 3. Now you may need to pause the video at this point and finish writing everything in your notes. Okay, if you don't need to, you can just keep listening and going on to the next slide. Okay, on the next one, again, go ahead and draw the line by the equal sign. Always start with that. Okay, and then simplify what we can. So step 1 is to combine like terms. And we are going to look at that by sides. On the left-hand side over here, I can't combine anything. I have to leave it the way it is, so I just have 20 equals. On the right-hand side, I'm going to start circling and boxing. So I'm going to box the negative 8x. I'm going to circle the negative 5 because that's different. It doesn't have an x. I'm also going to circle the negative 7. So now what I end up with when I simplify that is negative 8x. Negative 5 and negative 7 is negative 12, so minus 12. My second step is to solve the 2-step equation. Okay, so I'm going to solve this. I'm going to circle the variable and its best friend. We need to get rid of the other piece. So that means I'm going to add 12 to each side. 20 plus 12 is 32 equals whatever I have circled, negative 8x. And then I can divide each side by negative 8. So x x equals negative 4. Again, if you need to pause the video right here, please pause the video, finish writing everything down, make it look exactly like I have it. Okay. The other thing to remember is that you will never end up with a decimal. I'm going to give you all problems that come out to be very nice numbers. So if you do get a decimal, you know that you made a mistake and should go back and try to fix that. Okay, let's go on. You'll need to flip the page in your packet now. We have 2 more examples to go over, so go ahead and flip the page. The next one, again, start by drawing your line by the equal sign. We always do that first. Step 1 is to combine like terms. Okay, so I'm going to look at the left-hand side first. There's nothing to simplify there. I have negative 10. Then we're going to go to the right-hand side. I'm going to circle the 6n. I also circle the plus 4n because they both have an n. They're like each other. That means I have 10n. Step 2 is to solve what is left. And in this case, you guys, it's only a one-step equation. So I simply need to get the n by itself, and to get rid of this 10, I need to divide by 10 on both sides. So I can cross off the 10s. I have n equals negative 10 divided by 10 is negative 1. Again, I get a very nice answer. Okay. If you need to right here, pause the video, finish writing everything down, and then go ahead and start up again. We have one more problem to do. Last problem. Okay. This time, very similar. Things are just switched around on the opposite sides. So go ahead and draw your line by the equal sign. Step 1 is to combine like terms. Okay, so I'm going to circle the 2x. I'm also going to circle the minus 5x. We're going to start on the right-hand side. When I simplify that, 2x and negative 5x is negative 3x. Okay, 2 positives and 5 negatives is negative 3. On the right-hand side, there's nothing to simplify, so it just equals negative 9. Step 2 is to solve. Remember, sometimes you get a one-step equation, sometimes it's a two-step equation. This is a very simple one-step equation, so we're just going to divide by negative 3. To get the x by itself, x equals 9 divided by 3 is 3. A negative divided by a negative is positive. So x equals 3 is your answer, and you're done. Okay, that is the end of the video. So I need you to make sure that your notes packet is completely filled in and looks exactly like mine. If your notes packet is completely filled in, you need to show the sub that it is finished and get the worksheet from him. Okay, then you have the rest of the hour to work on the worksheet. You guys, the worksheet is on Canvas also, so you can enter your answers to check if you have your answers correct. Do your very best. Remember that this worksheet will be due on Monday, and I will be back on Monday to answer any questions that you guys might have. Okay? Have a great day. Good luck on the worksheet.